Hey kindergarten, today you're going to get back that line painting that we did way at the beginning of the school year. Off the supply table you're going to need to get one messy paper and one paintbrush, and you'll also have to wear a paint shirt today. You're going to make sure that messy paper goes under your painting so we don't get paint all over the table. And we will be using something called liquid watercolors today. So when we use these paints, all we have to do is dip our brush into the color and it should work. We're going to be practicing the rainbow today. If you're not sure which color is which in your tray, please make sure to raise your hand and ask. But I have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. All right. Sometimes they can kind of look similar, especially with the dark colors like red and purple and blue and green can all look kind of similar. But please raise your hand and ask. As we just learned, red is the first color in the rainbow. So I'm going to dip my brush into that red, and I'm going to paint that first part of my paper at the very top. So notice that I'm working with my paper vertically, using my brush well, dancing on the toes. When I'm done with red, I'm going to gently tap the bottom of my water bowl with my brush. Tap, 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 tap. Because our brush is going to be wet, we don't need to worry about our sponge today. So now that I've used red, I'm going to use orange, dipping my brush in orange. I'm going to paint that next section. Do your best not to mix the colors. Do your best not to drip either. You can see Miss Calvert just dripped. So if you think that you have too much paint on your brush, what you're going to do is you're just going to give it a little wipe on the edge of the cup. So I'm going to get some yellow, give it a little wipe if it's dripping, and now I can paint. I'm actually going to paint around that big orange spot so they don't mix. Remember to wash out your brush if you're switching to a new color. Staying in the lines. When you're done with yellow, you're going to use green. Getting some green, giving it a little wipe on the edge of my cup so I don't drip. And filling in that next section. Notice how I always stay between the lines. All right, that way I get this nice rainbow effect going down my paper. And as we know, after green comes blue. So we'll do some blue. Using the toes of my brush. Remember, she's a ballerina. She likes to dance on the toes. No scrubbing my paper with my brush. Always washing my brush out when I switch colors. And the last color of the rainbow is purple or violet. So getting some violet. You'll notice that I still have a lot of space left on my paper. I'm going to show you what we're going to do to fix that in just a moment after I finish with this purple. So I finished my rainbow and I still have some white space. I'm going to start my rainbow over again. So we know that the rainbow starts with red. I'm going to do a little bit of red. I'm going to keep going. I still have a little bit of white space, so I can start doing just some strips of color now across it. So maybe I'm going to do a little strip of orange, and then I'll do yellow. Some of you guys might be able to make it through the whole rainbow again. Some of you guys might just get a couple colors. It all depends on how big you make these strips of color. Be careful not to mix them. Using your brush well and always cleaning out that brush. Looks like I can get one more. Red, orange, yellow, and green. Wiping my brush off on the edge of the cup if I have too much color. Alright, when you're all done painting that rainbow all the way down your paper like this, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet, and then starting over, these are going to go at the bottom of the drying rack. Remember that they go like a lunch tray into the drying rack. Your brush is going to go in the dirty brush bin. All right, so we can clean it, and then your reading or sketchbooking.